Hello children. So today we are going to continue with South America. We had been already doing South America. If you remember, you had done map pointing of South America. Once you had done the water bodies, the surrounding oceans, all of that you had done once on one day. And on the second day, you had done all the highlands and grasslands like Andes, Llanos, Gran Chaco, Pampas and all that. So today what we are going to do is we are going to start the chapter which is in your book. So I hope all of you have your books with you, and let's open to page number 108 and start South America, its location, its area, political and physical features. Right. So there are many continents in the world. We know that the large land masses, they are the continents of the world. And all the blue surrounding the continents are the oceans. And small parts of these oceans which are inlets, we know them as sea. So there are 7 continents. Now, where is South America? This is South America. So, this is the 4th largest continent. The first one here being Asia, second one is Africa, third one is North America, the fourth is South America, right? Antarctica is the 5th one. It is largely uninhabited. So though it has a huge area, but it is uninhabited, right? The 6th one is Europe. And the 7th one over here is Australia, along with all other islands over here. We call it Australasia. So anyway, that is not right now what we are concerned about. What we know is South America is the 4th largest continent. That is something you need to remember. So if you wish, you can underline this portion. And you can see that South America is joined to North America by this narrow stretch of land. Do you remember, children? Such narrow stretches of land which are bordered on either side with water, they are known as isthmus. So this is the Isthmus of Panama. You have read about it, so you just need to remember that it is joined to North America by the Isthmus of Panama. Now, otherwise, what is the definition of an island? An island is necessarily a landmass which is surrounded on all sides by water. So, if we look at South America, we can see that barring this group of islands, it is surrounded by water, surrounded by water, surrounded by water. It is surrounded by water on all sides except for this portion, the Isthmus of Panama, where it is joined to North America. So, if that is the only place, that is the only narrow stretch of land that makes this continent not an island. So, if we are going to talk about the location of the continent, see, this is South America, and what can we see? That we know which are the directions: north, east, south and west. Remember when we had done the map pointing. In the north, though it's not mentioned in this map, is the Caribbean Sea. On the east, it is bound by the Atlantic Ocean. In the south, it has the Southern Ocean, and in the west, it is the Pacific Ocean. Now, if you look into your textbooks, please remember the latitudinal and longitudinal extent is very, very important. That is, which is the latitude that is touching the northernmost portion, which is the latitude that is touching the southernmost portion. That is the extent, the north-south extent. and which is the latitude that is touching the westernmost portion and the easternmost portion. So in your books, I would suggest that you please underline that. Come to the paragraph of location and please underline it extends from 12 degrees north to 55 degrees south and from 35 degrees west to 81 degrees west. Now children, you just think of one thing. What are the directions? 12 degrees north. That means a little part of South America, only 12 degrees is above the equator. This is the equator and only this portion of South America is above the equator, making it lie in the northern hemisphere. But this entire rest of this continent is lying in the southern hemisphere. So this is the only one continent which has a large extent and is dominated in the dominantly it lies in the southern hemisphere. Now, so 12 degrees north to 55 degrees south, and then from 35 degrees west to 81 degrees west. So no east is mentioned in the longitudinal extent, which means that the entire continent of South America lies in the western hemisphere. So only a little bit of it lies in the northern hemisphere, the rest of it lies in the southern hemisphere, and the entire continent, if we are talking about eastern and western hemisphere, lies in the western hemisphere. Now, if we are to ask you one thing, that what are the main lines of latitude that passes through South America? You can see that the equator is crossing South America and the Tropic of Capricorn. Do you remember the degree value of Tropic of Capricorn? It is 23.5 degrees south. It passes through South America again. And see, more or less it is dividing South America into two halves. This portion and this portion. So now we know about the location of South America, that it is majorly in the southern hemisphere and it is in the western hemisphere completely. It is bound in the north. This all you can underline in your textbook. It is in the north, it is bound by the Caribbean Sea. In the east, Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean in the west, and in the south, it is bound by the Southern Ocean. And always remember that there are two important lines of latitude that pass through South America. One is the equator and the other one is the Tropic of Capricorn. Now, when we come to South America, without even reading anything, if I look at the map, what can I see? All the countries are colored with different shades of color. So by a single glance, what can I see? Which is the largest country? It's Brazil. Football fans, tell me. So it's Brazil followed by Argentina. Two of the leading football teams that we have in the world. So they are the largest countries. Over here we have Brazil and over here we have Argentina. And if you can see, both of these countries, they lie along the shores of the Atlantic Ocean. See, this is North Atlantic Ocean. This is South Atlantic Ocean. And see, Brazil has such a long coastline with Atlantic Ocean. Argentina again has a coastline with the Atlantic Ocean. And as I had mentioned, now in this map probably you can understand it a little better, how Tropic of Capricorn is more or less dividing the continent into two equal halves. Equator being over here. So a very small part lying above equator and 55 degrees below it. And this is where the Tropic of Capricorn is lying. So you can see more or less it's cutting the continent into two halves. So now we flip the page and we come to page number 110. There are two other large countries. One is Peru. This is Peru. One is Colombia. Colombia, Colombia. And the third one is Bolivia. This one, Bolivia. These three are the three other large countries of the continent. Can anyone tell me which is the capital of capital of South America? You have to find out which is the capital of South America, and please write in the GCR and let me see how much you know about the capital. Right. And the last thing which we are going to cover today is the islands. Now there are a few important islands. One of them is the Galapagos Islands, the João Fernandes Islands, the Falkland Islands, and the South Sandwich Islands. The Galapagos, you can please underline this in page number 110. The Galapagos Islands are an archipelago of volcanic islands. Look, if this is South America, this is where the Galapagos Islands lie. And do you remember about the Pacific Ring of Fire? All the volcanic peaks that are located along the Pacific coast. We had done that even while we were doing North America, Mount McKinley, and then in South America also we'll come to know about a lot of them. So these are volcanic in origin. Mount Chimborazo, Mount Cotopaxi and all that. So once we are going to do Andes, that is when we are going to learn about them. For now, we can say that the Galapagos Islands lie in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of South America, and they are volcanic in origin. So you can underline Galapagos Islands, you can underline archipelago. What is an archipelago? It is a group of islands, nothing, just a group of islands. And underline volcanic. The João Fernandes Islands are located to the west of Chile in the South Pacific Ocean. Look at this. This was, if we go back to the map, over here, this is Argentina, and this narrow country over here is Chile. So this is Chile, and just off the coast of Chile is the João Fernandes Islands. The Falkland Islands, you must be very, very familiar with the Falkland Islands because you have already done that in your map pointing. Right here at the southern tip, near the southern tip, this group of islands is the Falkland Islands. Falkland, Falkland Islands. And this has been colonized by the Britishers along with another group of islands. See, now this is an inverted photograph. It's like as if you are standing in Brazil and looking southwards and looking at South America tapering down. Over here is your Antarctica. So this is the South Sandwich Island. No, I'm extremely sorry. This is Antarctica and this is the southern tip of South America. I repeat again, this is the southern tip of South America. All right. And off that is the Falkland Islands over here, as we can see. And over here, somewhere over here, very closely we can see again a group of islands. These are known as the South Sandwich Islands. All right. So these are British colonies. Children, you must be knowing that previously North America, South America, all these places were inhabited by indigenous people who used to be local over there. But then the Europeans, who had a large fleet, a naval fleet, they had big ships, and they thought that we need to know what is there away from Europe. They set sail and they started looking for other lands. And the lands which they came to, they were not very well equipped with a huge army, organized army, guns and ships, etc. For instance, they came to India, they colonized India. We were a very rich country, and yes, the Mughal empire was there, but we did not have those kind of guns and cannons that the Britishers had. They came here for trade, but finally, what did they do? They started to take over the country little by little by little by little, and they colonized the country. But still, our country, India, was very well advanced since the Mughals were there. But if we talk about South America, there the people did not have a large fleet or an armada or something like that. So here these people came, they nearly completely wiped off the indigenous civilization, the indigenous people who were there, and they colonized. And they really liked it here because the weather was also very pleasant and comfortable, and there was such a lot of grass, they could start their own pastoral industries. So you will see that Falkland Island and Sandwich Islands are still under UK, whereas the Galapagos Islands, they belong to Ecuador. Ecuador being just over here, the country over here, and the Galapagos Islands belong to that. So that's it for today, children. Next day when we meet, we are going to start with the cities. You read this portion thoroughly, and please read this table 1, South America at a glance, and also learn the countries of South America along with their capitals.